20 episodes in Japan already, and today we're back for a triple header. If you didn't see yesterday's video, I don't know what you're doing here today, you numpty. Go back and watch it today. Like I said, 3 matches coming your way. Tojigi City, Honda, Verspah. Win these, we could be promoted. Start to bottle these, panic. That's basically what today is. I mean, of course, in terms of the stakes for today. I hope today's episode is not just going to be panic, but to be honest, it could end up being that. There are 5 games left of the year. We have some really tricky games to end things off today. We're taking on the teams in 4th, 5th, and Honda, who have now slipped down to 7th. But make no mistake, there's a pack of very good teams looking to capitalise on any slip-up that we make. And our form lately hasn't exactly been inspiring. And it's not been inspiring in the Shaka Jin Cup. Of course, this is the non-league tournament that we qualified for last year, but due to a bug we only played in this year, we won the first leg, or first round rather, 6-4. We did lose in the second leg. And by second leg, I mean second round. Aries Tokyo, they were in our division last year, weren't they? Yeah, they beat us on penalties. A little bit embarrassing to go out the Shaka Jin Cup, considering it's the non-league trophy. But if you do want to find a silver lining, Nankatsu also got knocked out on penalties. So at least we weren't the only JFL team to bottle the competition. Anyway, like I said, nothing's happened since last episode. We've got 3 matches coming your way today. The first is against Tojigi City. Editing Jack, run that intro. We're going to get straight into things today. Now, today's games are going to be big ones. I'm going to hope that at some point Takagi is back for us, but sadly, our star striker has not passed a fitness test today. And also, he's unhappy because we got knocked out the Shaka Jin Cup, which is kind of funny, really. A competition that we're not really meant to be competing in, but we frauded our way into it. We bottled it. Some would argue that, you know, for karma reasons, we shouldn't be in it, so we shouldn't have done well in it. The fact we got knocked out in the second round has led to a load of players being unhappy, which does mean as we take on Tojigi City today, I'm a little bit stressed. I feel like it could be tricky. We've already played them once this season. In terms of their key man, it is this guy, Shota Fujio. He's very good, isn't he? This guy, 25 years old, 11 goals. Gonna try and keep him quiet. I will have half an eye out on the games elsewhere. Virteen, who we took on last episode, you can see are in second. They are only 5 points behind us. They are taking on FC Osaka away from home. Elsewhere, Atletico Suzuka are away against Ganair, who are down in the relegation zone. Both those teams you'd expect to win, which I do feel like puts pressure on us. Now, here is what would normally be my dream starting 11, but sadly, Kainoki, who's been one of our best players this year, is suspended today. It does mean that Jun Nakajima is going to come in at left mid. Nakajima was such a mainstay of the team last year. Safe to say, albeit as a bit of a super sub option, he's not necessarily made that big leap forward into the JFL I hoped he might. So I do, for that reason, feel a little bit justified in my decision to replace him, of course, with a new winger this year. But no, make no mistake, we need him to be good. Like I already mentioned as well, Takagi unavailable for today's game. It does mean that Asutsu is going to come into the team. The 21-year-old has 2 goals in 9 games. Considering I'm hoping that he's going to be the long-term replacement maybe for Otter, who of course is leaving on a free transfer at the end of the year, he's not a great start to his time at the club. And for all the Sharad Akai fans, don't you worry, your man is on the bench today. 2 goals himself so far in the league this year. He's actually played a fair few games for us. Not played amazingly, but how can you resist that smile? Anyway, team is submitted for this game. Tojigi City at home. I'd like to think that we can just cruise in today's episode with a couple of wins, wrap up the season with a game or 2 to spare, and get promoted. Just as a reminder, only top spot gets an automatic spot. Second place goes into a playoff against the second bottom team in J3, the division above us. So, yeah, we can't afford to slip up too much. Third place, you get absolutely nothing for. Really, though, from the position we've been in all year this year, looking at that league table, looking at the goal difference, we have to win the title today. Must admit, though, even if we were to win all our games today, that wouldn't necessarily guarantee us the title. I would be relying on Vertien to maybe slip up here and there. But really, we need to focus on our own results. And we need to focus on Otter missing the target. That is poor. So far this match, not a glowing advertisement for football. There's been 2 shots, 1 for either team. We're 25 minutes in. 10 minutes left of the half. There's been no highlights. We have had slightly more shots. I suppose I could go shouty and demand more. Of course, we won't have that option in FM25, which breaks my heart just a little bit. But, well, we've got options going forward here. Sutsu, lovely little turn. I'll tell you what, criticised him for lack of league goals. He's got one there. That was really nice. Particularly nice because I did just spot in the bottom corner. So Atletico Suzuka are winning their game 2-0. There is pressure on us to get a result in a tricky game here. We've got our noses ahead. And I'll tell you what, the acceleration by which the striker here spun and got the ball out of his feet was absolutely sublime. The finish was nice too. We'll take that right before the break. Or maybe I'll take a second before the break. That would be good. The goal scorer Setsu inside to Yoshikawa. Yamada now playing it wide to Mitsuhashi, the right back, a long-term servant at the club. Players in the middle to aim for. Goes for his own for some reason. I don't know why he's shot from there. He has. Not happy with what I've seen there. That said, you know what? We are a goal up at the break. I'm going to tell the players I'm happy. Look at the green, happy, smiley faces. Hopefully that's not going to devolve into complacency, but I feel like given our recent form, I need to try and keep players happy. I mean, to be fair, I know Tojigi City have got a throw in here on the near side. They've had 2 shots in that first half. We've had 11. We have been by far and away the better team, and yet it's 1-1. It's 1-1. It's 1-1. Why did I say anything? They say curiosity killed the cat. It turns out complacency killed Tokyo 23 FC. Adaichi plays it forward for Gio, the man who I identified before the game as their good goal scorer, with a very nice finish. Yoshikawa breaking down the ball in the midfield. The centre-back come defensive mid with not the most inspiring of passes forward. He immediately gifted possession back to them. And now, well, with Tojigi City having a bit of momentum, they retained possession, they regained possession, and now they're looking to hurt us. The ball is whipped in for Gio has scored again. It's 2-1. Why did I tell the players I was happy? I want to be annoyed about the goal we've conceded. Can we discuss how nice the finish looked in the 3D match engine? It's one of those things that's been added in recent years. More variety to the finishing. The volley in off the floor, actually just quite nice to watch. Annoyingly good to watch, you could say. I was really happy with the first half performance. Based on what I've seen here, I feel like I shouldn't be happy anymore. No matter off you come, Kobayashi on you come. I'm going to bring in Ida. I think. In fact, I was going to bring on Ida for Yamada, but Yamada's playing quite well. Oh, Ida. You know what? Stay on the bench for now. Hasigawa, I am going to bring in, though. He's been on the fringes of the team, this boy. He's been complaining about a lack of first-team football. I need some inspiration. Maybe he can provide it. Was weighing up going to our more attacking system. There's still half an hour left to be played in. We've still created a little bit so far in this half. I don't feel like we're at that desperation stage yet, although we're quickly approaching it. And if they go on to score a third goal here, we will hit the desperation stage where we have to switch up our system. But like I said, we've been creating stuff. We have been the better team in this game. Just a couple of incisive breakaways from them have caught us out. Maybe we can provide one of our own here, though, because Otter, but he goes for on his own. Tanaka, I think, in the end, tipping it round the post, but a chance. I expected the highlight to end. Ladies and gentlemen, the highlight has not ended. Ashima now spreading the ball wide. Nice win by Mitsuhashi, but no one there for the second ball. Otter looking to press out wide. Of course, pressing not really the name of the game here at Tokyo 23. We like to sit deep, absorb pressure and hit on the counter, but that has not worked here. Fagio's got a hat-trick, I think. I think I've counted that correctly. I'm fuming. It is a hat-trick. They've had 4 shots on target, an XG of 0.63, and yet they have scored 3 goals. I'll tell you what, they've taken the chances that have come out their way. Noda, not the finest moment from him there. Right, Hasegawa, Nakajima, get forward, lads. Nakajima's not playing well. What I could do is move Yamada out into the wide area and bring in Ida. Not really played Yamada at left attacking mid, but he can technically play here, so we'll give him a go. And in the final third, Otter's been poor today. You know what time it is? It is Sharad Akai time. Get on the big meaty forward. I also will, while we're here, shout some words of encouragement. I could get shouty and be mean, but I feel like they need just an improving shout of encouragement, trying to motivate the troops, rally the troops. There's 12 minutes left, and time is just dwindling away. Nothing is happening. They've not had another shot on target in the last 20 minutes of this game. They've got that second goal ahead. They're now parking the bus, and it's down to us to try and break them down whilst being fully aware we're leaving ourselves open on the counter. Sato for them takes down the play. Players queuing up in the middle that he could pick out. Tojigi about to inflict what would be a heartbreaking defeat. It's 4-1. It's game, set, and match. I feel like it was done before this one went in. This confirms it. I mean, in terms of worst-case scenarios to start today, this pretty much is the worst. Junpei Noda, 5.9 rating. The goalkeeper is ordinarily absolutely superb, and he's just not been that today. Rocking the captain's armband, the 18-year-old has let us down, and I do feel sad. Gonna tell the players I'm not happy. I'm resisting the urge to throw a water bottle because I can't afford for morale to tank. But looking at things here, Atletico Suzuka, they won 2-0. They closed the gap on us to 3 points, although we do still have that goal difference edge. Verspah also managed to win. Elsewhere, our orange friends over at Vertien, they could only draw 1-1, so they slipped down to 4th. Tojigi, only 7 points behind us now. They think they're in the fight. I mean, with results like the one they've got just now, they could be. I mean, that result was poor. What makes this more, well, troublesome is the fact that our next opposition is Honda FC. They are currently the team directly behind Tojigi. They're 6th in the league, only 2 points behind the team we just got hammered by. We take them on in a week's time, and we have got an away day to look forward to. We're heading to the Honda Miyakoda Soccer Ground, or Suka Ground. I mean, that is a typo, isn't it? Unless it is the Suka Ground. Could be. Anyway, we've got an away day to do. That game is in 7 days. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to join you in just a moment as we're jetting off to Japan. Please don't quote me on this. This might be the furthest west we've gone so far in this save game. Actually saying that, I don't think it is. We're heading to Hamamatsu, and we are heading out to the north here, and we are heading to around here where I just checked where the stadium was. It's around here somewhere. In fact, here it is. That's right. Here in all its glory is the Honda Miyakoda Soccer Stadium. I'll be honest, it doesn't look as intimidating as I thought it was going to be. I was expecting there to be like a big car factory or something, you know, given the fact this is Honda's football club. We've got loads of solar panels here. I can't see any cars. No idea. I know we do have a handful of Japanese viewers watching. You guys probably can explain a little bit more the history of Honda's football team in the Japanese Football League. In real life, they will never be promoted beyond the JFL. They've historically won at this tier a lot of years, but they never want to become a professional football club. So for that reason, they don't want to enter J-League, which you ordinarily need a license to go into. That's not in Football Manager, the whole license thing. Although in real life, Tokyo 23 do have that said license. Anyway, here is the stadium. Shall we go look at it on Street View? And looking at the options here, I'm not filled with a lot of optimism. Here is Honda's football stadium. That is the Honda logo there, in all its pixelated glory. They have got red seats. I feel like their attempts to stop people watching the game for free haven't been particularly good. You could definitely just look over that fence. I'm not sure if this is stadium parking, but I'm sure you could park here on a weekend and no one's going to complain as you cross the road. I think you could get away with it. I'm looking for more signs that it's Honda. I mean, there is the Honda thing, but is there more Honda stuff going on? There's a little side entrance here to the stadium, which definitely confirms we are indeed in the right place. The stadium from the outside is not as good as yesterday's away day, is it? There is also kind of training pitches here, although actually I say that these are tennis courts. Maybe you can play football on them as well. Here are the tennis courts. I was actually getting confused with these training pitches here, which definitely are a thing. I feel like this is another Google Earth kind of day, isn't it? Google Earth to the rescue. I should point out, actually, when it comes to away days, once we get to the higher levels of Japanese football, we will actually start to visit actual stadiums and stuff. In a weird way, I feel like doing away days at this level kind of gives you an appreciation for where we're coming from and kind of the level that we're at. It's really cool how deep Japanese football goes in terms of the pyramid. And at a reasonable level as well, obviously. This is the 4th tier here. They have got 2 stands, so maybe an upgrade in some regards on past away days, although I will say in the grand scheme of things, it's not the most spectacular of grounds, is it? It's not a pretty ground. I mean, car park options here are limited. They have got a mini kind of futsal or pitch here. I say futsal, it's not even futsal. What do you call this when it's like the really small goals? It has a name, I don't know what the name is. I'm zooming out here trying to find like more positives to talk about the ground and stuff. There really isn't a lot here. I assume that somewhere around here there was going to be like a big Honda factory. I mean, it could be one of these buildings here, I suppose. But I can't see a load of cars anywhere. I mean, other than like normal cars. There's no factory. Sorry, Honda, you make good engines in Formula 1. In terms of away days, that was pretty drab, wasn't it? The Honda Miyakoda Soccer Ground, or Suka Ground. I'm going to call it the Suka Ground, you know. It might not be a typo, although it definitely is. It's the Suka Ground, everyone. I'm giving it a lousy score because it sooked. 3 out of 10. I feel like even that is generous. Anyway, at the same time we're playing here, our main rivals in Atletico Suzuka Club are taking on Sendai University. 4 games left of the season. I've actually had that really nice, sexy inbox item you get at the end of the year that paints the picture better. Let me go find it. This is the inbox item, isn't it? When you see this one come in, you realise that crap is getting real. 4 games left of the year, as already mentioned. Today we have Honda and Verspah to play. Tomorrow, if it comes to that, which it feels like it might at the moment, we do have Atletico Suzuka Club in second to play. Their remaining games for the year are a lot kinder than ours. Whilst we do have Sendai at the end of the year, who are down in 14th, our remaining games are tricky. Elsewhere, Verspah, with the exception of ourselves, have winnable games. You'd have to say Vertien also have very winnable games. In fact, when you look at this kind of layout here and all the different games going on, we have the toughest run-in to end the year, and given our recent form, and the fact that our points kind of gap to the teams behind us is ever shrinking, I really need to win today. Also, some more not so good news. Otter has got injured and probably shouldn't be playing in this game today. He got, as we look here, a bruised ankle. I'd say he probably shouldn't be playing today. He probably could get away with it and he will be on the bench. But you know what? I feel like it's a Sharad Akai kind of day. I need to remind myself, by the way, Kayanoki can come back and play at left mid today. Would have been awkward if I forgot about him. As for Takagi, I know that's the man you're wondering about, failed his fitness test. So, yeah, the star striker missing a lot of crucial games in the run-in for the end of the year. We know that Honda are going to be good. We know this is a tough game. They are playing in a system that's going to be difficult to break down. We need to show some quality going forward now. Last game we showed quality in terms of creating chances. We need to convert them. And without Takagi and with, well, more players out, yeah, it's not going to be easy. I really wish I had Otter to fall back on, but we don't. I mean, we do. He's on the bench, but he's injured. Last game started slowly. This game is starting slowly as well. 18 minutes into this game, first highlight of the game is finally going to happen. It's going to be Kikui laying it to Kitamura for them. Agawa now with the ball, lays it back. Honda playing a free at-the-back system with wingbacks. They've got plenty of players back. Don't expect them to have massive overlaps overwhelming us in the wide areas, but might make them difficult to break down. A counter-attack could be our best hope. As we wrestle back the ball, I'm going to hope we can maybe get it forward quickly. Komori, Yamada, the advanced playmaker with a lovely ball towards Sharadakai, who of course is very, very good in the air. On that occasion, sadly for us, he could not win it. Kitamura now with the ball for them. Lays it forward. Sato, Yatmagami steps forward, shoots, goes over. That is scary. Did not want to see them having chances like that early. Kaji on the near side with the throw in for Honda. Gives it to Kikui. He's now going to whip it towards the back post. Mitsuhashi is under it. Can't get there. The header over. Honda are having chances here. I need to get shouty. We'll demand more. We've not had a shot on target yet. I mean, to be fair, with 5 minutes left of the half, they've only had one shot on target. Feel like we've lacked quality, but equally, we're making other teams look like they're lacking quality as well. I say that. Did just get battered 4-1, but we were a goal up at half-time, just as a reminder. I've learnt my lesson from last time. I won't be praising the players, even if we were to now score. But what I have to assume is the final highlight of the half, as the ball is given to Numata, our left-back. Yoshikawa now with the ball, gives it to Hasutsu. Laid wide to Mitsuhashi. The right-back is on a yellow card, needs to be well-behaved here for the rest of the game for us, the number 2. Gives it back to Rio. Yamada now with it. He's going to look to spread the ball wide to Numata. Down the line. Kayanoki wasn't available last game. He has been a match winner on a number of occasions today. Can he bail us out again? Whips it in. Asutsu's under it. Goes over everyone. Falls to Komori. From coast to coast. From left wing to right wing. We get our noses ahead. Maybe come a tiny bit against run of play, but to be fair, Honda haven't done a ton in this game either. Kayanoki whipping the ball in. Keeper came out, did not get it. While he was flapping his hands as Komori flapped his foot at it and diverted it goalwards. 1-0. Imagine that's going to be it for the half. Don't know if we necessarily deserve to be ahead at the break. Not going to complain. It's not been a classic, really. And I have learned from last game, I'm not happy. Numata looks disheartened. Let me try and cheer him up. You're playing well. Keep it going. He's lost his focus. His head's gone. And now Kayanoki's angered. You're playing well too. Okay, I've cheered him up. Everything's fine. I'm calm. Mitsuhashi booking is not great. I'm going to bring in Kobayashi to play at a right back today. The fullback has really been a super sub option for us. 8 starts, 14 sub appearances. He plays so many games for us, this wing back, both on the left and right hand side. On this occasion, going to come in. We've not really had issues with discipline here at Tokyo 23, but I really would like to keep it that way. Well, I'd also like to keep our defence disciplined here. Numata heads it away. Nagano, who's their star centre-back, is going to keep the ball alive here, though. The left centre-back, trying to make something happen in a wide area. Not really his native habitat. Honda in the end, recycling possession around the back, as the ball is still in, well, what feels like a dangerous area. We're not able to get the ball back. They have got lots of players committed to the attack, and a counter-attack feels like it could be on, but that relies on us absorbing pressure, and we've not necessarily been consistently doing that lately. Yamada, nice win. Rio to Komori. This is where we can catch them out. This is where we want to hurt teams. Hasutsu has the man, the myth, the mountain in the middle to aim for. I'll tell you what, Akai has been fouled. The penalty's been given. I was expecting it to come in at head height. It was kicked at the 6-foot-something bloke shins, but he has won the penalty, and now all eyes on Hasutsu to score and just help me relax a little bit. It is 2-0 here against Honda. I'm calm, I think. Yeah, it's a penalty. Yeah, it's not a pretty goal. I do not care. I feel like we were pretty unlucky last game with them finishing all their chances. We've kind of turned it into that team today, haven't we? We are doing a Tojigi. 3 shots on target, 2 goals. Wouldn't mind a 3rd goal. Asutsu, have you got any ideas what we're going to do here? Rio, back now to Yamada. Lovely build-up play. There's a penalty again. That is softer than the first one. I'm not going to complain. Asutsu, who earned it, is going to take it. The striker, who I'm hoping is going to just come good for us, has scored one already today. He has now scored another. This is 8th of the year. I like Asutsu. I want Asutsu to be good. He's showing up in this game just before the hour mark. It's a 3rd goal, and it feels good. I feel calmer suddenly. I'm going to take off Yoshikawa and bring in Sawa. I'm also going to bring in Ida. Ida and Sawa are 2 players who aren't necessarily the most technically gifted, but they will work hard. They will also run really hard. And I feel like that energy just in the centre of the midfield here to see out this game could be good. In fact, they have just both been subbed on as another highlight begins here. Ida, first touch is giving it to Akai, who, well, probably should have scored. He skies it. With 20 minutes left, Asutsu's on for a hat-trick of penalties. That would be fun if it could happen. I feel like it probably won't. Kaji for them with the throw-in. Gives it to Kikui. I hope I've said that correctly. The ball's whipped towards the back post. Sato wins a header. It hits the crossbar. To be fair, Noda, who was really poor for us last game in goal, hasn't had a great deal to do in this game. Honda have had 14 shots. Only 2 on target. That one there, hitting the woodwork and going over. 10 minutes left in this game. A 4th goal would just be game, set, and match. I feel like this is game over already without jinxing it. They've really not done enough. Ida to Numata. Deflected shot goes in. It's 4-0. I feel dirty celebrating that one because it was lucky, but this game's done. We really needed this. For 3 minutes of added time, they have come and gone. 4-0. Game done. Shout out to Kim in goal for them. 5.6 rating. This bloke did us a favour. Now I'm hoping that some other teams around the league did us favours too. What results do we have elsewhere? Atletico Suzuka, who are in 2nd, have just lost 2-0 to Sendai University, who, if I'm not mistaken, were maybe bottom or 2nd bottom. They are not very good. That's a massive win there. Vertien and Verspah, sadly for us, did pick up some points and keep, well, a close eye on us. We're still only 4 points ahead of them, but suddenly, win against Verspah in this next game, we could have the title done if results go elsewhere out in our favour. I'm flipping over my words here because the pressure's getting to me. I'm starting to believe it could actually happen. It's been a wibble and a wobble, but could we do it today? We could. We would need one result to go our way. So our next game against Verspah in 2nd is in a week's time. If we win that game, we would go 7 points clear. Lose that game, they'd be 1 point behind us, which I don't like. The other team we have to be wary of is the team in orange. They are taking on Maruyasu in 14th. If they were to also lose, we could win the title today. Given the fact they're taking on the team in 14th, probably not banking on that happening. Win this next game, pressure is lifted. We know that we have our whole fate in our own hands. Lose today, our fate would still be in our own hands, but we could potentially have 2 teams 1 point behind us with 2 games left. I'll see you in a week. Okay, folks, 3rd and final game today. Like I said, if everything goes as a dream, we could just walk away as title holders. If we slip up here, which, let's be honest, feels pretty probable, given what we've seen in this tail end of the year, next episode, it's not going to be fun. Atletico Suzuka Club could find themselves only 3 points behind us as well, going into a game head-to-head against them. There is a load of teams squabbling behind us for 2nd place, and the reality is, whilst it looks comfortable first, it's not done yet. We need another good performance here. And if we're looking for that good performance, we're going to be lacking a few rather important players for it. Takagi, only fit enough to play 45 minutes. Otter, I have actually been told can play, and I feel like he has to play in this game. I will keep Akai on the bench just to be safe. Elsewhere in the team, Kobayashi is going to come in and start at right back today. Kind of mentioned last game the fact he is this super versatile option who can play on the left or the right. Sadly for us today, overall right back, Mitsuhashi, he's suspended and unavailable for today's game. Heading into this season, Verspah's media prediction was 2nd. It kind of dropped off a little bit once we started signing a few players, but they've got quality. Their main man is Satoshi Sato. 14 goals, 8 assists in 24 games. This guy averages almost a goal contribution every match. Job, I think, is to keep him quiet. Okay, last few games had slow starts. This one, in terms of a highlight, isn't going to be so slow because 4.5 minutes in, there is something going to occur. Football Manager, be kind, make something happen in our favour. That would be Dabi Dozy. Kayanoki at left mid, lays it inside to Yoshikawa. The defensive mid lays it back to Takeshi. He's going to put it down the line to Kayanoki. And now the left mid. Inside to Yamada. Options left, options right. His pass is deflected. And now they have the ball. Ishihara, though dispossessed by Rio. Otter receives the ball. He's got a bruised ankle. He's playing through it. He's a very brave little boy. Sadly, he's a brave little boy who can't pass, but can win back a tackle and set up Komori, who put the ball into the box. And Azutsu, he's gone and got another bloody another. I feel like at the end of every year, we've had a striker step up, be counted, and take notice. Otter's pass was wayward. Did well to win it back. Komori laid it across, and Azutsu was there to grab what could prove to be a crucial early goal. Elsewhere, by the way, at the top of the table, I was about to say Verspah, our big rivals, are losing. They have actually just got a goal back. For a moment, we were in a position where we'd be locked in as champions with 2 games to spare. Really, we can't worry about what's going on elsewhere. We just have to finish in this game here. That chance should have been a shot on target. I mean, so far in this game against the team in second, we are looking by far and away the better team. Only 4 shots make that 5 all of a sudden, but we have created plenty. Meanwhile, they are yet to have a shot on target inside the first 35 minutes. But football can change quickly. Football Manager can change quickly too, and a goal from out of nowhere could really shake things up. Suzuki for them lays it inside to Sato. Rio gives away a penalty. He's also already on a yellow card, so that's something to consider. And they have a chance here with no Dake to shoot and potentially, from absolutely nowhere, draw level. He steps up. Noda goes the wrong way. It's 1-1. And, I mean, it's just a stupid penalty to give away, isn't it? Rio, the centre-back on paper, looks amazing. Paper doesn't make for good defending. You need to see a player do it on the pitch. And this bloke, let's be honest, on paper, he looks like he should be phenomenal. He's let me down on a few occasions this year. Feel like I don't emphasise enough. He's on £600 a week. He is comfortably our highest earner. They just scored with their first shot on target of the game. They're going to have their second shot there. A header goes just over with seconds left of the half. Mercifully for us, it has to be said, we're going to get in at the break at 1-1. I'm going to make some changes here. Both defenders on bookings is not good, but Rio is coming off, and I'm going to bring in Messiah in at centre-back today. Annoyingly, Kim, coming back from an injury, didn't pass a fitness test. So Messiah's in at centre-back. Takeshi, I'm going to show some faith with. Kayanoki's not been good in this game and is looking nervous. Nakajima, on you come. Takagi, I was told, should only play half the game. And, well, I'm going to bring him on for the second half of this game. Asutsu can stay on. Otter's not played bad up top. But I feel like we need some Takagi magic. A draw, not disastrous, but not really the result I wanted in this game here. A win is the order of the day, and right now we are not delivering on our order. Though, that could change all of a sudden, because Jun Nakajima, I criticised him this year for being a bit quiet, struggling with a step up. I forgive him. He set up Takeshi. It is 2-1 inside 10 minutes of this second half. I feel justified keeping Takeshi on now despite his booking. The ball was whipped in by the super sub in Jun. Takeshi rises highest, and with his green headband, he nods it goalwards. 1 goal's good, but given the fact we've already conceded once in this game, a second goal in this half would be all the more sweet. Nakajima, goal assister already. Could he add another to his arsenal? Options in the middle, drives it. Asutsu was there. The shot is, well, it saved away. And for a moment, I thought we were going to get another. Sadly, not meant to be. With an hour played, I'd normally be looking to make some subs, but I made a triple change at half-time, and I don't really want to change things right now. It's in our favour, this game. Momentum is on our side, and Yoshikawa, the defensive mid, with a bolt from the blue to make it 3-1. Just as a reminder, if we win here and a result elsewhere goes in our favour, we're champions today. We can celebrate promotion to J3. I'm nervous to check on that other game, but at 2 goals up, can I dare to dream? Should I dare to peak? I've dared to peak. Vertien are still winning their game here. They're winning 2-1. So as things stay as they are, we would be 4 points clear of them with 2 games left. But knowing that we have Atletico Suzuka to play on the last day, it's certainly not done. Although Atletico Suzuka are kind of bottling things themselves. They're losing 2-1 at the moment. 3-1 feels pretty comfortable at this point. They've really not done a great deal outside of that penalty that they scored. In fact, they've had a few more shots in this half. I've jinxed it, haven't I? I've not jinxed it. Noda makes the save. Sato to whipping the ball towards the near post. It's headed goalwards. It's cleared off the post. And away from danger just about. I mean, there's 20 minutes left here. This game's felt so comfortable, and yet it suddenly doesn't feel comfortable anymore. And now there's another highlight. Football Manager, why are we doing this? Is this funny? Messiah, take your time, son. Don't do anything silly. He lays it across to Numata. Hisutsu now has it for us. A chance maybe to get a 4th goal in the game. That shot off the outside of the upright. 15 minutes left. Noda with not the most convincing of goal kicks there. The ball is now back with Verspah. If they get one back, 15 minutes left, needing one more for a point, they'll start to believe it could happen. Fua with the ball, whips it towards the box. Takeshi, the goal scorer, gets it halfway, but still not away from danger. And it's in the back of the net. Koji Ishihara with his 7th of the year. It's 3-2 here. I've got my head in my hands, not because I'm particularly annoyed by what I've seen in this highlight specifically, but just because things are never straightforward here at Tokyo 23. Things are never as they should be. There's another highlight. There's another highlight. Don't do it. Takagi, fresh as a daisy, kind of. If a daisy was slightly wilted in the sun, perhaps. He's still coming back from injury, but he's getting into the box, and Komori could look to pick him out. His cross was deflected. It scrambled away in the end. That was a pretty good opportunity for us that's been spurred. Elsewhere, it's 3-2 in the other game that really matters for us. There are goals galore. Verspah looking to get an equaliser here, just as a little reminder. Sato Ishihara shoots just wide. I am stressed. Going to bring in Ida just to get some fresh legs into the midfield here. Elsewhere, Tsushima, you can come on as well. Kobayashi is really struggling at this point in this game. Tsushima may well be the last game he ever plays for us, the super sub. He made an appearance in a live commentary recently. He's making his 3rd appearance of the year now. Going to shout some words of encouragement. 3 minutes left. I've pissed off all the players. If they score now, it's completely self-inflicted. Why have they got a corner? Fua to the edge of the box. It's shot. It's blocked. It's cleared away for now. Can you tell I'm nervous? I feel like I'm containing it really, really well. That goalkeeper's got the ball on the halfway line. That gives you an idea of the state of affairs here. Fua with the ball. Couldn't get his corner initially in, but maybe another chance here as he whips it towards the back post, and it's gone in. Was that Tsushima? It was Tsushima at the back post, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. It was Numata. Numata's playing left back. I was getting ready to blame Tsushima, but actually it's our starting left back who did not jump there. And it's 3-3, and I just hate Football Manager. I've not had fun here. Football Whip was in the ball. Morimoto gets it over Noda. It's a looping header. There is seconds left of this game. This is just too little too late, isn't it? Right, just go on attack. Go on attack. There's 3 minutes. Nothing's going to now happen in the rest of this game. And, I mean, they had a fair amount of chances as the game went on. I probably should have adapted the game plan sooner. Obviously, easy in hindsight to identify that. It's a lot harder than you realise talking and playing Football Manager. That draw there could set up a spicy end to the year. Vertien did end up winning. Elsewhere, Atletico Suzuka, who were directly behind us, could only get a draw. It means it's pretty much a 2-horse race to end the year. But next episode's still going to be really stressful. I mean, technically, even with goal difference, there is 5 teams that could still win the league with 2 games left. Make of that what you will. I think what that really emphasises is the top of this table is very, very close. I needed wins today, and I've ended up with a loss, a win, and a draw. Yeah, not quite what we needed. I mean, from an entertainment point of view, amazing. From a kind of personal point of view, I hate when Football Manager makes me this stressed. So like I already said, there are 2 games left of the league season. We're going to have to come back for them to try and get the title wrapped up. If we lose that first game against Atletico Suzuka Club, it is anyone's guess how the season's going to end. We have Sendai University on the very last day of the year. You might remember we took them on a couple of years ago in the promotion playoffs back when we were in the non-leagues. It's funny how they popped up again here. Takagi is hopefully going to be fit next episode. I really, really missed this guy today. I say that, we actually scored 8 goals in 3 games. So really, it's on our defenders. I don't want to throw Noda under the bus, but after a great start to his time at the club, his average rating suddenly doesn't look quite as impressive, does it? Right, I'm going to go take an ice-cold bath. Next episode, we're going to be ending the season. I hope you guys are excited for it. Hopefully you enjoyed the triple header today. The drama continues tomorrow. I'll see you guys for it next time. I'm out.